Jack Chris with BAM Vision of BAMSouth.com. We are back with our new edition of Ask Bobby Gill, Mr. Bobby Gill of Gill, Ladner and Priest. Bobby, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Jack.
Okay, I've got a great business idea. I want to start a business. What do I need to do? Do I need an attorney? Do I need to incorporate LLC? Where do you start?
Well, Jack, starting a business is no easy task. You want to make sure that you do it properly, because if you don't, you're going to encounter lots of problems. Now, the question you ask yourself in the beginning is, do I want to own this business as an individual? And the answer to that most of the time is no. And why is the answer no? Because if you own the business as an individual, then all of your personal assets are at stake. How do you protect your personal assets when you're going to start a new business? Well, the most common way here in Mississippi that most people start a small business is in the name of an LLC, which is a limited liability company. This protects your personal assets if it is done properly. Now, in order to form an LLC, you have to register with the Secretary of State's office. The first thing you have to do is you have to pick a name for your company. And you have to search through the Secretary of State's website to see if the name you want is already taken. Because if it is, obviously you have to pick another name. You start out with a name, and then you have to get registered with the Secretary of State. And then if you have an LLC, you have to have what's called an operating agreement. And this is where an attorney comes into play. There are regulations regarding LLCs. There's a Uniform LLC Act. And your attorney will be able to tell you what kind of things you need in your operating agreement. What is going to happen if the business works? How's the money going to be distributed? What happens if the business fails? What happens if someone dies? Mm-hmm. You get an operating agreement, and then you have to have a bank account, okay? And you have to get an EIN number. You can do that now through your accountant, or you can do it online. There's a fee that you have to pay. But you can go online and get a EIN number from the IRS. Once you get that set up, then you look at your operating agreement, you get it signed, you get it executed. If you go to a bank to get a loan, they're going to want you to show them that operating agreement. That is one of the documents that they're going to want to see. So you need to have that in place. You need to follow the regulations of the LLC Act, and you need to make sure that you've got the protection that you need. You protect your personal assets, because look, starting a business is no easy task.
Right.
Most businesses fail. It's unfortunate. The business climate is tough. You know, starting a business, owning a business can be a great thing, but it also can be a nightmare if it's not done properly.
Bobby, what about working out of your house as opposed to working, say, out of an office?
Well, you know, it really doesn't matter where you run your business from. Okay, you still have liability, whether you work out of your house or whether you work out of an office. And so those are the type things that you need to take into consideration. Just because you're working out of your house doesn't mean you can't be sued. Okay, you can be sued working out of your house just like working out of an office. And so you need to go through the same steps regardless of where you work.